Hello and welcome to another Microsoft 365 Insights video. And this video is all around recovering documents. So we're going to look at restoring deleted documents and restoring documents using version history. So I'm going to start in Teams today because it's worth noting that some of the document recovery processes are not actually available directly through Teams. You do need to go and access those documents directly in SharePoint on a browser. So to do that, though, is really easy. So I thought I'd start by showing you that. So I'm in a document library here, and I want to go and look at some of, recovering some documents from this library. So the first thing I do in Teams is the three dots, and I press Open in SharePoint. This just makes it really easy for you to jump straight to that library in SharePoint, and it stops you having to navigate SharePoint sites to try and find the library you're in. So you can see there, I've come straight back into the project team, and I'm in the same places. I can go to resources, and these are the exact same documents I was just looking at, but I'm now directly in SharePoint. So as I said, we have to do this because certain features, such as accessing the recycle bin and version history, you cannot do directly through Teams. Now, version history, you can actually review that in the Office applications. And if you'd like to watch more about that, then we do have a separate video on using the Office applications where we cover version history. But we're going to just look at working in SharePoint today. So the first thing I want to look at is the recycle bin. So I've got a document here called the 2024 Resource Audit. It's last year's audit. So the first thing I'm going to do is press delete. Now I've gone and deleted that audit, and that's fine. We can see it says deleted one item. But what I've immediately thought is actually I could probably just go and update that document for the 2025 audit. I didn't have to delete it. And the good news is because it was stored within Microsoft 365, we can just go and recover that document. So to recover documents, we need to go to the recycle bin. And because I've just deleted it, I can actually just quickly press here to jump straight to the recycle bin. So that's great if you accidentally just press delete when you meant to, say, rename a folder or something. But if you deleted it a while ago, all you need to do is, again, open this library in SharePoint, and we will see the recycle bin on the left-hand side in the menu. So what is the recycle bin? The recycle bin basically stores anything from this site that we're in. So the site we're in is the Mark 9 project team. So anything stored within this site, that could be list data, documents, images, whatever it is. When you delete it, it actually goes into the recycle bin for 30 days. So you get 30 days that you can come here and you can just go and recover that document. And that's fantastic. It makes it really easy to go and restore documents. You don't have to be afraid to delete stuff because you can go and restore it. So to restore a document, we can see my 2024 resource audits there. I just need to select it and press restore. Now, before I do that, it's just worth noting, if you see here it says original location, this is another nice feature of the recycle bin, is when I restore it, the document goes right back to where it was. So when I press restore, we can actually see it's left the recycle bin. We can go back to the document library, and we can navigate back to resources, which is where the document was before I deleted it, and we can actually see it's right back where it was. So this is really handy if you have a really sort of complex, long document or folder structure. You don't have to go and refile it. You can just press restore, it goes right back to where it was. So that's great. We've gone and restored that document. Now, what if you deleted the document a while ago, past that 30-day mark that I just mentioned? Well, actually, if you are a site admin or a team owner, so this is the team that we're looking at here. So if you're an owner of this team, you actually get a further 60 days. So you get 90 days in total to go and recover that document. Now, you will only see the document here for 30 days, but we can see down here, because I am an owner of this team, it says can't find what you're looking for, check the second stage recycle bin. So if we click on that link there, we go to what's called the second stage recycle bin, and basically anything past the 30 days will sit in here for a further 60 days. So as I said, that gives you a total of 90 days to recover that document. Now, it is worth noting, yes, you do have to be either a site owner or a team owner to get to the second stage recycle bin. But all it means is, if you don't have access yourself, you just need to ask your team owner or the site owner to go and have a look for you, and they can restore it. Now, restoring from here is the exact same process, and the document goes right back to where it was before you deleted it. So that is restoring a deleted document. Let's now think about, actually, the document hasn't been deleted, but it has been modified, and I want to actually go and review the version history and restore the version history of a document. And again, this applies to list data. So if you do use SharePoint lists, it's the exact same process. So if you want to get to version history, and again, this can only be done in SharePoint, so you do have to come to the library directly in SharePoint, but we just need to right-click on the document that we want to go and investigate. So let's right-click on this one here, We have the menu, and we then have an option that says version history. So if we click on that, this is going to show us the entire version history of this document. Now, this document has only gone through 2 iterations, so it's a fairly new document, but we can right away, we can see that it was created and then a small change was made. And we can actually go and click on the link there, and it's going to go and open that document for us, so we can start to review the document here. And you can see actually this is the backup version, because this is a previous version of the document. Now, because I've opened version 1 of the document, it's empty. But if we wanted to, we could restore it, and we could go and work on that document. So that's looking at version history. We can see all information around who actually made the change. So it's a really fantastic tool. Now, we can delete all versions. I've never known a use case where you'd have to go and do that. But if it was a particularly sensitive document and you didn't want the changes to be stored, you can delete all versions, and then they are all removed. But that is version history. So again, version history, it gives you the confidence to go and share that document, potentially maybe with a colleague, ask them to go and make changes. You know you can restore and review previous versions should you need to. So that is recovering and restoring documents. I hope you found that helpful. Thank you very much for watching.